Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here at OP Racing Super Speedway as they present the 4th annual Bumpy Road 250 here at the old Daytona 2007 track. And right now, qualifying has gotten underway. We have 9 minutes left in this qualifying session, and one of our first drivers out on track to take a time is none other than Logan Helton in the 63 machine. Logan running that very familiar high line here as he gets up to speed and gets ready to lay down his fastest lap. The green flag flying on his first time lap here. We'll see him staying up next to the wall this entire time around. The 77 of David Booth also out on track. Starting to get a few more drivers making their way onto the track as well, including the number 1 machine of Mark Vega. Mark attempting to make a milestone here, as this will be his 100th start with OP Racing. Quite an achievement. 100 races for Mark Vega. Gonna be in the books at the conclusion of tonight's event. That's like counting on my fingers and toes a lot. That's a lot of counting. I'm not gonna count. We're just gonna hope that Mark Vega has a good night here tonight in that one machine. The 11 of Chase Berry rolling out as he starts to gain some speed for his qualifying time. Chase Berry taking it nice and easy right now in that 11 machine. Doesn't want to go too fast. Might damage the car if he goes as fast as he is capable of. One driver that is really ripping it right now, that is the 35 of Doug Rice. Doug trying to sit this machine on pole as we look at our qualifying drop down. You can see we've had 6 drivers turn in a lap time so far. And Doug Rice gonna put it on pole with a fast lap of a 49.342. Mark Vega right behind him in second place. Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 out on track. Got to meet Ernie at the Chili Bowl. Ernie was running the Tim Sims station there at the Chili Bowl, so he was busy working, didn't get to spend a lot of time talking to him, but still very cool to get to meet a fellow iRacer as he was operating the Tim Sims little booth that they had there. A lot of kids, a lot of adults, a lot of people came through, tried out iRacing. 50 machine of Sean McCarrick out on track. McCarrick posting a picture for us to see finally. A little spot of blood on the forehead, hard earned. Got a little kiss from the scope that he was using on his rifle. Says he got the deer though, so that was worthwhile. Sean McCarrick in the 50 machine. Riding up along the wall, we have had 8 drivers complete a lap time now, make it 9. James Mayer is going to be in 9th place in that 95 machine. Rodney Cobb in the 44 moves into 2nd place. Aspen Belvin in the 84, doing a little Tokyo drift there. Aspen Belvin right now finds himself in 6th place. The 23 of Brian Mansfield out on track. The 95 of James Mayer has posted a quick time for this session. And as I say that, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds takes over the top spot. 13 drivers turning in lap times. The 62 of Les Levy out on track now as well. Les using that high lane. He does have just over 3 minutes left to complete his qualifying time. Anthony English in the 40 machine, getting out on track. Anthony has gone 2 for 2 on pole positions this season. We'll see if that 40 machine can put it on pole one more time. Looking at right at 2 minutes left here in the qualifying session. And with that being said, it's almost time to step away for our national anthem. We'll see if this 40 can get across the start finish line before we have to break away for it. See if Anthony English can make it 3-4-3. Another driver out on track is the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam using that high lane, coming down to the apron to start his fast lap. And the 40 of English going to cross the start finish line. And Anthony English going to stay at 14th for the moment, as he now sets his sights on setting his quick lap. So with that being said, we're going to step away. We'll be right back for your starting lineup after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bumpy Road 250 here at OP Racing Super Speedway. And it is time to go through our starting lineup for tonight's event. Row number 1, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, picking up the pole for the first time this season with the 95 of James Mayer on his outside. Row number 2, the 04 of Mark Mann and the 4 of Rick Sebrands. Row 3, the 40 of Anthony English and the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 4, the 35 machine of Doug Rice and the 62 of Les Levy. Row 5 will be the 44 of Rodney Cobb and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row 6 will be the 50 of Sean McCarrick and the 1 of Mark Vega in his 100th start here with OP Racing. Row number 7 will be the 63 of Logan Helton and the 23 of Brian Mansfield. Row 8, the 84 of Aspen Belvin and the 91 of Ernie Williams. Row 9, the 52 of Randall Cobb and the 77 of David Booth. Row 10 will be the 11 of Chase Berry and the 14 of Cody Eldred. Row 11, the 10 of Robert Duvendak and the 78 of Donald Stewart. Row 12 will be the 8 machine of Cody Ober, and Dan Harrington is going to make up our 24th starting spot here tonight, along with Rob Connors in the 00 in the 13th row. As the drivers work their way down the backstretch, the calm before the storm. 3 stages scheduled here tonight. Stage number 1 will end on lap 25. Stage 2, lap 50. Mark Mann in the 04 running that Clint Eastwood paint scheme, because Clint Eastwood is legendary. That was the word from on high last week. Chase Berry checking in on YouTube. Good luck out there tonight, Chase. Pace car down and away. Hunter Reynolds in control of the field. Green flag is out, and we are underway here for stage number 1. Hunter Reynolds getting a good jump there. James Mayer in the 95 is gonna stay pretty even with him. The 4, Rick Sebrands, though, with that good momentum heading into turn number 1. That high lane gonna have to work to get that advantage. But the 4, Rick Sebrands, right there. Drag race down the backstretch. Now the 4, or I should say the 04 of Mark Mann on the back bumper of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Little bit of smoke there coming up off the apron. Everyone keeps it straight though. We stay green. And the first lap lead is going to go to James Mayer in the 95. But now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds challenges right back. He has the momentum heading down the backstretch. Side by side, they work their way through turn number 3. Coming up off of turn number 4, camera angle down on the racetrack. And we have one headed for the back of the pack. That is Sean McCarrick. Quickly dropping spots. That 50 machine heading towards the back of this field. But side by side, our front rows have not changed. We go on board with the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam finding himself third car in that outside lane, following in the tire tracks of the 4 of Rick Seabrands. You can see just how bumpy this speedway is. The cars are bouncing up and down throughout these entire corners. The only time they get a chance to catch their breath is down the straightaways, and even then, it's not the greatest or the smoothest surface. We will see some side-by-side racing action all night long, despite these bumps. I do want to point out, it does look like the 91 machine of Ernie Williams not able to start tonight's race. The Ernie, after qualifying, got into some trouble and is unable to continue on. We'll see if he can get out there. But he now finds himself 4 laps down in this event here tonight. Several drivers breaking away for pit road early here. One driver that is staying out is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He's going to pick up his second lap lead after James Mayer has led for 3 laps. James, one of the drivers on pit road, leading a large group of these drivers. In fact, that is all Alliance Motorsports pitting at one time. But Hunter Reynolds continuing to cycle around out there as the race leader. Let's go on board with the 63 of Logan Helton, a rookie out here with OP Racing Super Speedway Series on Monday night. Logan went through the feeder series, got the invite to come and join the drivers here on Monday. And Logan has shown here, at least for his first 2 races, he is a threat to win. He's got a shot at winning these things here every week. In the last 2 races, we have seen that 63 machine running up front. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a shakeup there in about 6th, 7th place. Everyone jockeying for position. The 23 machine of Brian Mansfield trying to work his way underneath the 51 and the 84. The 84 is Aspen Belvin. The 51 is Travis Elliott. Go on board with the 23, looking off the nose of it. Mansfield started in 14th. Right now he finds himself in 9th place. He's going to go to the outside here to work with the 62 of Les Levy. Do want to check in on some of our drivers who have pitted. That is Alliance Motorsports right now. They are good to go the rest of the way on fuel. And so having made that pit stop, these 5 drivers are all working together, staying single file. James Mayer leading this group of drivers. He's going to stay to the high side here and let the 04 of Mark Mann now get some fresh air. Mark Mann last time around turned a 46.831. Hunter Reynolds last time around turning a 46.893. So this pack just as fast as that big pack last time around. And as always, like to crack a cold one for Mark Mann. This one's for you, Mark. Good luck out there tonight. I see Mara checking in on YouTube chat as well. Hello, Mara. Welcome, Maxine Grimes. Thank you very much for stopping by, saying hello. Appreciate it. Hope you guys stick around for all the great racing action that's going to be happening here tonight. Back to the front we go. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, your race leader, the 7 of Josh Milam. Second car in the inside line, the 84 of Aspen Belvin working with the 51 of Travis Elliott. They are trying to make something happen on the outside lane as we go on board with the trash driver himself. That is Travis the Trash Man Elliott. We have a few more drivers taking to pit road. That is the 7 of Josh Milam. One has gone through the grass. That is the 35 of Doug Rice. Oh, and now he's going to get sideways. But Doug Rice straightens it back out. Very possibly a speeding penalty coming down for the 35. And now he has missed his pit stall. Finally gets it in. Chase Berry and the 11 rolling out, along with the 8 of Cody Ober. Your race leader is the 84 of Aspen Belvin. We have been green flag since the drop of the, well, I guess I should say since the start of this race. We are on lap 14 of 100. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He is in danger here of going one lap down. So it looks like he has elected to stay high here. Not going to battle with these guys. And now Aspen Belvin and the rest of our drivers going to break for pit road. And Mark Vega gonna stay out and lead his first laps of the race. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds gonna team up with him. So Vega and Reynolds, with Mark Vega, your race leader, Hunter Reynolds in 19th spot. Working together here, and Mark Vega looking like maybe he is going to run this thing the rest of the way on fuel. Only one other driver has not pitted yet, and that is the 50 of Sean McCarrick. So McCarrick is out there. He is teamed up with the 8 of Cody Ober. That is 8th and 9th place. Anthony English in the 40 machine is your second place driver. So with all of these green flag pit stops, it has really shaken the field up quite a bit. We have 15 cars on the lead lap. Doug Rice going a second lap down now. And now I just gotta wonder, when is the one machine gonna hit pit road? Fuel tank starting to run dry. At most, we'll see another 2, maybe 3 laps out of the one machine on Mark Vega. He would not be able to go the entire way on fuel for this stage. Has not had a caution. We have been green flag since the start of this thing. And now we're coming around to complete lap 18 of, or complete lap 17 of 100. Now working lap 18. And the 1 and the 26 are working together. They are a little bit slower than the big pack of drivers. That is being led by the 40 of Anthony English. Anthony in that 40 machine is sitting in second place as Mark Vega stays out again, continuing to lead this event. Vega has led for 4 laps. Hunter Reynolds, before going a lap down, led for 8 laps. So he is trying to stay on the lead lap or the first car 1 lap down here. And I'll tell you, the gamble on getting a caution that the one of Mark Vega is hoping for does not look to be paying off here. He is going to lose a lot of time as Sean McCarrick brings his car to a slow to hit pit road. And now the one of Mark Vega is also going to break for pit road. Ooh, contact by the 40, and that is going to send Anthony English around. And it is going to bring the caution out that Mark Vega wanted. Mark Vega sitting on pit road when this caution flag flies. Second place right now is James Mayer. And Vega, seeing that, a good heads-up move by the one of Mark Vega, did not stop in his pit lane. Started rolling once again, and now he has got to try and make it around without running out of fuel. Let's see where things went wrong for the 40 of Anthony English. Working his way up off the corner. The 10 of Duvendak with a wiggle up off the corner. Duvendak in the 10 machine. Looks like he got loose coming off. Got into the 4 of Rick Seabrands. And then that turned the 40 of Anthony English. The 11 of Chase Berry with nowhere to go. And so Anthony English finds himself pointed in the wrong direction. But now the 1 of Mark Vega gonna have to cycle around. The 50 of Sean McCarrick is the last car on the lead lap. So with 23 drivers taking the green flag here tonight, right now we have 18 on the lead lap. We are working our first caution flag of the night. And now that the field has caught up to the pace car, Aspen Belvin, Sean McCarrick are trapped between the leader and the pace car. Keep in mind the rule change for the end of the stages is at the completion of lap 25, and now the one of Mark Vega going to make the break for pit road here, or not. Vega looking for some extended fuel strategy here, and I do want to introduce my good buddy in the booth here with me tonight. That is none other than Dave Worrell. Dave, how you doing?
Good. Sorry I'm running a little late. Sorry got to the track late. Was listening. However, the driver's been putting on one heck of a show out there.
Well, we'll forgive your tardiness. At least you didn't abandon me like you did on race number 1.
Yeah, that was so terrible of me, and thankfully I'm just tardy and not tarded. So it's all good.
It is all good. I appreciate you making the trek here tonight, and we are working our first caution, Dave. And Mark Vega looking like he's trying to stretch this thing as far as he can on fuel.
Already some fuel strategy coming into play here. It may work out. We seen a driver that first week, KR, actually make it a full 25 laps. With the right cautions and the way they fill, so it may pan out.
And we saw Mark Vega make his way down onto pit road when the caution came out. He did not stop in his pit stall. He continued on down pit lane, rejoined the race before he lost the lead. I gotta think, if he has not hit pit road this time, he thinks he can make it on fuel. That is going to be a tough one. As though it looks like maybe now he is trying to either fake out the field, or he will be coming down pit road, and he is going to hit pit lane. That will give the lead to the 95 of Mayer. Lights go out on the pace car. McCarrick waved around the pace car along with the 84 of Aspen Belvin. We still have 18 cars on the lead lap. The first car one lap down is the 51 of Travis, the Trash Man Elliott.
That's a new moniker right there. I don't think I've ever heard the Trash Man.
Well, I asked drivers to submit photos, and Travis Elliott submitted a photo of a trash can. So now he's I'm working on it. The Trash Man, maybe we could call him Travis Oscar the Grouch Elliott. I don't know. There's a lot to be worked out here.
Sanitation Sally. What do you think about that?
I mean,
sanitation makes it, it's a little more professional.
Well, I could go with that. Sanitation Sally.
Yeah, you remember, Ride Sally Ride? Come on, man.
Well, he's got a lot of riding to do, that 51 machine. Looks like he is getting the wave around, finally heeding the call for that. That will put him back on the lead lap, but a little late to take that up, as he is going to have to catch up to this field very quickly, as they are getting ready to go green flag racing here. Pace car down and away. The 95 of James Mayer in control of the field. And green flag is out. It was the 04 Mark Mann with some wheel spin there on that restart, shot down below the yellow line, and he is going to lose a lot of ground here as we are at the end of stage number 1. And Dave, keep in mind these drivers will have to complete lap 25 before we see the caution.
Yeah, a little twist, a little something new caught us off guard there, race number 1 and last week, but it's a new dimension. Makes the fuel strategy a little bit different, but it also makes the excitement that much more as get one extra lap. Drivers battling hard side by side trying to get that stage win.
The 4 of Rick Seabrand's out front for the start of lap 25. White flag in the air for this stage. One more time around. Rick Seabrand's James Mayer go door to door into turn number 1.
As they work their way out of 2, still fighting for the top spot. Mayer has it right now on the bottom with help from, who is that? I think that's actually, who is that?
The 63?
63, that's who that is. I couldn't see the door, the number on the side of the door there had me all jacked up. Logan Helton, the kid. That's what they call him there, KR, up there at the front once again.
Drivers coming around for the end of the stage, and James Mayer in the 95 at the start finish line. And there the caution flag is gonna come out. And that one was very close, but I'm pretty sure that was the 95 of Mayer. Meanwhile, Mark Mann in the 04 lost a lot of ground on those 2 laps. He comes across the line in 16th place. So a wild opening stage, and by wild I mean the final 2 laps, as everyone was going every which way. Mayer coming up the big loser in that one, but the big winner here is James Mayer in the 95. At least that's how it looked to me. I'm still waiting on official scoring from race control. Pace car is out there catching our race leader, and the 95 is looking like he is going to assume the top spot.
Yeah, I haven't got any word yet, KR, but I believe that 95 did just nose it out there at the end.
Third place going to Logan the Kid Helton. And Chase Berry bringing it home. Well, not bringing it home, but finishing the stage in 4th with Cody Ober right behind him in the 8 machine. So Chase Berry in this 11. Wheel, I'll tell you, anytime Chase gets a whiff of the front, he's one that doesn't let go too easy.
Well, you know how I am with jinxing people, so I'm not going to call out any names, but I do have my eye on one particular driver. So, once again, not going to mention any names, finds himself up where he should be. So, getting the job done here tonight.
James Mayer leading this field of drivers onto pit road. Into his pit stall. Misses it a little bit. That's going to cost him a bit of time. The 40 of Anthony English, who brought out our first caution of the night, into his pit stall as well. Mark Vega in the 1 machine, who had made his pit stop before the end of the stage, stays out and assumes the race lead. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, 2-tire stop for him, is going to move him into 2nd place, and Logan the Kid Helton going to come into 3rd place after pit stops.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder what Mark was doing, and then it kind of hit me that, well, most of these other drivers already stopped. They will more than likely stop again at the end of the stage, and with Mark staying out, that's gonna let him come down pit road by himself and reassume the race lead. So, not a bad little strategy call there. Gave up the points at the end of the stage for possible track position in stage 2.
All right, so now, do want to point out that the 23 machine, Brian Mansfield, has gone 4 laps down. He has rejoined the race, but he is scored in 23rd spot. Mark Vega is your race leader. We do have 18 cars on the lead lap. Randall Cobb in the 52 machine is the first car 1 lap down. And with Mark Vega not hitting pit road, Cobb is not going to be able to receive the wave around, which he was hoping for. So he is going to have to drop all the way back to his starting position. But he will not get to be back on the lead lap here when the lights go out on the pace car. While we have a chance, let's look at our point standings coming into this event. Robert Dumendak, your points leader, he did have a 7-point lead over Mark Mann. Rick Seabrand sitting in 3rd place. 4th going to Anthony English, with Logan Helton rounding out your top 5 in the point standings. This is race number 3, so it is still very close for all the drivers. As you can see, our top 20 are only separated by 50 points. But keep in mind that these drivers in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series all are capable of winning at any point in time, and a win will get you in to the championship. We got a long way to go this season. This is race number 3 of 21 scheduled races. And so with that long season, any one of these drivers out here tonight has the potential to win the championship.
Well, you know, KR, with that win and you're in a situation, the best thing that you can do is, in these first 5 or 6 races, in my opinion, I would be all out just going for the win. That way you can get some stage points, build you a little bit of buffer should they carry over. But we should see some more great racing action here any minute. So, man, tell you what, it's going to be great one more time.
Lights have gone out on the pace car. Drivers at the back of the field all topping off their fuel tanks, catching up to our pack that has formed up already. Mark Vega in the 1 machine has led the most laps so far tonight at 10 laps and counting. And Dave, well, you missed the first few, but how about you take us through this green flag?
Oh boy, here we go. Ford Mustang making the left-hand turn, waiting to go green, back on the gas, and we are back. Green flag racing once again here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Lap number 30. Mark Vega down there on the inside lane, still trying to get the lead back as the kid makes his way to the front with help from Seabrands as they work through 1 and 2. Now that bottom lane starting to come back into into play, into factor. Cody over with a little bit of a moment right there behind James Mayer, pushing that one of Mark Vega down into turn 3.
The 63 of Logan Helton on the outside. He has the 4 of Rick Sebrands right behind him. A rookie versus a veteran. Or I shouldn't say versus, but a rookie and a veteran working together in that high line, along with the 44, as Helton gonna dive down to the inside in front of Mark Vega. Logan gonna lead a lap there, and that is his first lap led of the night.
First lap in the books for the rookie Logan Helton, but KR, I can pretty much guarantee you it will not be the last one from this driver. He has proven week in and week out, only into the 3rd race, but he has proven he's got what it takes to run up there up front with the lights. The seasoned veteran like Sebrands out there on the outside leading that outside line, obviously, with another rookie, Randall Cobb, right behind him.
John McCarrick in the 50 machine. He is the last car on the lead lap. He has already lost the lead draft here, so he is in danger of going another lap down if we do not get a caution soon enough for him. That 50 machine running a lot slower than this lead pack. And the 04 of Mark Mann is the last car in this lead pack as we go on board with the 04, representing Alliance Motorsports here tonight. Got 5 drivers in the Alliance Motorsports stable. Those 5 drivers, we'll bring them all to you here tonight, along with Mark Mann. You got Duvendak, Anthony English, James Mayer, and Rick Sebrands. I'll tell you, this Alliance Motorsports has come out of the gate on a tear.
Another driver, KR, on a tear so far this season. I guess the multiple talking twos about your number have begun to pay off, because David Booth, look at him right there up inside of that top 5, running the high lane, 3rd car back on the top side. Ran your face on the car. No, that was Les Levy that ran your face last week, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he should have ran it over, but that's a different story. Whole nother ball game as Rick Sebrands leads another lap here at Daytona.
Logan in the 63 down to the inside of the 4 Rick Sebrands. That inside lane faster through the corners. That outside lane showing its strength down the straightaways. Rick Sebrands working with the 44 of Rodney Cobb. Cobb now pushing that 4 through the corner, and it is looking like, oh, the 77 of Booth really went up the track there. I thought maybe he was going to get into the 44, but no contact made. Just this broadcaster getting a little itchy on the trigger finger.
Well, you are a race behind KR, so we won't hold it against you.
Yes. As much as I try to blame you, I still appreciate you covering for me on our opening race.
And I will still let you hear about it till the day we die.
Sweet. I gotta make a phone call here. Yeah, Hitman? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, take him out. All right, back to the racing. Mark Vega in the 1, tucked in nice and tight behind the 63 of Logan Helton. Behind Vega is the 95 of James Mayer. Mayer having a solid night here. Right now, he is the 3rd car on the inside lane, has led for 6 laps. You know, James is looking for, first of all, his first win of the season. But at the conclusion of last season, he really shown himself capable of being a driver to win a championship, and that he had solid runs throughout the entire season. He built a lot of momentum throughout the season, and it looks like he is doing all he can to carry it into, our fourth season here with OP. And I would be willing to bet that that 95 machine is someone we were talking about in the playoffs. Three wide down the backstretch. Rodney Cobb up on the wall into turn number 3. Caution flag gonna come out, as it looks like the 11 of Chase Berry has gotten into trouble. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened to the 11 machine. Hunter Reynolds behind in the 26. Chase Berry going down the backstretch. It was a checkup. The 62 of Les Levy, the 35 of Doug Rice. So that is where that went wrong for Chase Berry. We go on board with the 62. You see just a big checkup, and then Levy getting hit from behind. Gonna smack the wall there. As we go back live, the field waiting for the pace car to catch up to him. The 4 Rick Sebrands pacing around slowly, waiting for this pace car. Looks like Rick is going to beat the pace car to pit road if he's not careful.
JR, did you let Roger have the keys to that pace car again?
Not that I'm aware of, but he might have stole it.
He's the only one that'll steal a car and drive that slow that I know, so it must be him.
Gotta be. Roger can't drive nothing fast.
Can't drive nothing. That doesn't sound right.
I don't care. So pace car is out. We do have a few takers for pit road. One of those being the one of Mark Vega. James Mayer, Rodney Cobb, Sean McCarrick, Chase Berry, Les Levy all making their way onto pit road. But the 4 of Rick Sebrands is your race leader. The 7 machine of Josh Milam, he is going to get the free pass. He ends up back on the lead lap here. That will give us 19 drivers on the lead lap. Now the first car 1 lap down. That is the 52 of Randall Cobb. So with all that being said, guys, let's step away for a minute. We'll be right back after this.
abreast. You got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the 4 machine and the 63 gonna restart on the front row here as we're bringing the stage number 2 to a close. And Dave, we did a little talking after or during this caution, and you know, we're gonna keep a close eye on some of these rookies out here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of them peppered up inside of that top 10. You've got 3, almost 4 drivers there inside of the top 10. 4 of them out of the top 11 actually are rookie drivers. So the rookie class this season, KR, I tell you, I came in a little late on it last year, but this year it seems like them rookies may be a little bit stronger than what these veterans have seen in the past.
Lights are out on the pace car. We get ready to go green flag racing once again. Rick Seabrand's on the throttle. Logan Helton on his outside, and Rick with a good jump there as we are looking at 7 laps to go here in stage number 2. Down into turn number 1. Logan now starting to build some momentum once again. He's got some help from the 51, a Sanitation Sally himself, the 51 machine, Travis Elliott, trying to push the 63 to a stage win. We go on board with the 51 of Elliott, as you can see just how close he is racing with that 63, including all the bumps through this Daytona 2007 track. It is a handful for these drivers, and Travis Elliott making it look easy for the moment.
Yeah, and I wonder here towards the end of stage number 2 if we'll see what we've seen in race number 1, KR. A lot of these drivers went from top to bottom and then would try to re-block that top move, keep themselves up there. We'll see if the rookie Logan the Kid Helton has what it takes to control both of those lines. And he's gonna have to deal with Seabrands and Duvendak. Cody Over also lined up right there on the inside. Hunter Reynolds, 4th car back inside lane. But Helton does have help from a seasoned guy, Travis Elliott, right behind him, pushing hard with his 51.
Rick Seabrands leading his 13th lap of the race, or has led for 13 laps, I should say. The 4 of Logan Helton hanging tough on that outside lane. Robert Duvendak in the 10, working with the 4 of Seabrands. Teammates there out of the Alliance Motorsports stable. Logan Helton, a driver who is for Checkered Flag Motorsports. I apologize, drawing a blank on their name. Oh, I'm gonna catch heck from that. No, Dave, whatever you do, don't tell Dave I drew a blank. Dave, whatever you do, don't tell Les I could not spit this out here.
I am so confused and so lost right now, and all I know is Rick Seabrands continues to lead that inside lane, trying to notch another yep, I lost my train of thought.
Oh boy, it's spreading.
Trying to put another notch on the belt in the laps led department. Oh, this went south real fast, KR. Uh-oh.
Not looking good for us. Meanwhile, a rookie that we haven't talked about yet here tonight. That is the 00 machine of Rob Connors. Rob right now in 5th as Cody Ober is in the 8 machine. He's going for a ride through the grass. We stay green, and Cody Ober sorts it out without bringing out a caution. That was a big moment for the 8, though. He is going to lose a lot of time, or a lot of ground, with not much time left here in stage number 2.
Yeah, not a lot of time left at all, KR, and I was trying. Stage number 2, we could see the one of Mark Vega possibly stay out and get the track position beginning at the final stage. We all know you're going to have to stop more than once in that final stage. That could be a little bit of a strategy starting to develop. But up at the front, Logan Hilton moves to the bottom. He takes the lead away. That's going to put Travis Elliott leading that outside line with help from another rookie, Rob Connors. Okay, we've got 2 rookies inside that top 4.
Yeah, I was just trying to talk about Rob Connors in that 00 when the 8 of Cody Ober went for a ride through the trial of O'Connor's, now the second car in that outside lane. And, Logan the Kid Helton has put on a good performance here in these first few races. And so has the 00. I think Connors might be someone we're going to be talking about here in the playoffs, as well as the 63. Those are 2 rookies here who have shown that they are capable of making the playoffs. I know we're only on race number 3 of the season, but man, this rookie field has been stout all year long. All season long.
Well, it's been all year long. It started, 3 weeks ago, just at the beginning of the year. So I guess I'll let you get away with it.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate it.
Well, let's see in one lap's time who gets away with stage 2 win. Will it be Helton, the rookie, there on the inside, or will it be Elliott on the outside? Will Connors try to make a move? What about Seabrands? Will Duvendak look to go 3 wide? Looks a little bit iffy going into turn 1 right there, unless Helton still leading the field with a good run through 1 and 2 as they make their way onto the backstretch.
Final time here in stage number 2. Ooh, is the 4 Rick Seabrand's going to go through the grass. He's going to bring the 10 of Duvendak with him as well. Big check up there, but at the front of the field, the 51 of Elliott looking to try and win the stage, but here comes the 00 of Rob Connors. He is on the outside lane, and he has a full head of steam, and at the line, it will be Rob Connors, and he is going to win his first stage as the caution flag comes out. The 78 of Donald Stewart pushed that 00 to a stage win. 2 rookies working together to pick up that stage win.
And we were just talking about how good the rookie class was. We had a rookie leading there on the final lap. And then due to some unfortunate circumstances behind him, lost his help. That allowed 2 other rookies to work together and make their way to the front of the field. And we actually still ended up having 3 out of the top 4 drivers here at the end of stage number 2, KR, were rookies. So these veterans, they better be on the offensive.
Oh my goodness, as I catch my breath there for just a moment. The 00 catching up to the back of the pace car. Donald Stewart in the 78 gonna line up second here, as we're gonna ride on board with the Checkered Flag Motorsports driver of Donald Stewart. Pit stops in order here, and I expect to see everyone come down pit road, mainly to set themselves up for this final stage. And yeah, race control confirming that it is the 00 of Rob Connors. So, Rob, solid run so far here. So now the drivers will make their way onto pit road. I expect to see 4 tires for all of these drivers, as Anthony English in the 40 is going to elect to stay out. Everyone else hitting pit road. Ooh, as Logan really has missed his pit stall there. That's going to cost the 63 several positions. But a 50 lap run to the end of this stage, plenty of time to make up for that. As Mark Vega in the 1 machine, gonna win the race off of pit road with a 2-tire stop, the only one to take 2 tires. So does the 82 of Dan Harrington. So Dan Harrington and Mark Vega making a gamble here for 2 tires.
Well, I mean, as I said before the end of stage 2 there, KR, they're going to have to pit at least twice. They're not going to make it to the end off of 1 pit stop. Obviously, if they have cautions, that's going to help, but it's still not going to get them that far along the line. Interesting to see Anthony not pitting. Neither did Aspen Belvin, so that's another driver that's kind of interesting staying out right now, being shown in about the 14th position or so. But I don't know, that's a risky gamble early here in the final stage to stay out. I think we'll see Anthony English hit pit road this time by.
Well, let's see if we can't get a quick word in with our stage 2 winner, and that is the 00 of Rob Connors. Rob, you got your ears on, my friend?
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going just fine. Rob, you win stage number 2 here, and what was an epic battle to cross the start finish line first for that stage. Tell us a little bit about your race so far here tonight.
I started off taking it easy. I didn't qualify, so I started like in the back row and I just hanging out there for a while. And the second stage, I'm starting to go. Now I just got a speeding penalty. I got to go back in the pits.
Well, the 00, as you go back down pit road to serve your penalty, the 00 has shown speed so far this season. Looking like you might be able to pick up a few wins this season. Tell us, do you expect to win like the rest of the races from here on out?
Well, I would hope so. You know, this is my first year in this league on Monday nights, and I'm just trying to feel it out, you know. And, I'm having a blast. That's all I can say.
All right, Rob. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give while you got a microphone?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Alex Green for all the hard work he does, and of course you. I really didn't even know you until the last couple of weeks here. You know, thanks for all the hard work you do, and it takes a lot to run this league, and I didn't really realize that until this year. And just thanks everybody for letting me be a part of it.
All right, that is Rob Connors, your stage 2 race winner. Congratulations on winning the stage, Rob, and thank you very much for the kind words. And yeah, Dave, we do put in a lot of hard work, but so do these drivers. They really do spend a lot of time here on their racecraft, on making sure that they put on a good show week in, week out.
That they do, and they pretty much make our job easy. I mean, they provide all the action, all the great strategies. All we got to do is just talk about what we see. So our mouths work hard, but other than that, I don't know. I mean, my hands with the Mug Root beers and the Bang energy drinks, they work pretty hard. Does that count?
I do talk with my hands a lot. No one can see it, so you know my hands are very animated while doing this. But we're looking on board with the 63 of Logan Helton. Logan right now sitting in the 3rd position, and again he's running up front here. Logan has led for 8 laps here tonight. Was looking at a stage win, but Rob Connors snuck up and got one on him, but Logan missed his pit, had to back up a bunch. However, things have worked out where he is going to restart 2nd row outside, so a big break for the 63.
Well, okay, I wasn't gonna do it. I'm afraid he's gonna get the curse, but I'm telling you, watch out for that 63 all race long for the rest of tonight. Watch out for him.
All right, we'll watch out for him. Hopefully the curse does not smash him. Green flag is out. Josh Milam in the 7, and a Milam out front for the first time tonight after he got the wave around. The 7 machine now out front, but the 51 and the 63 are hooked up together early on here, and they are going to make some noise in that outside lane.
Absolutely, that 51 with a great push now off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Helton's even going to clear the 7 of Milam. Now look at Ober in that 8 trying to clear as well. All 3 of that train on the outside lane, just motor right on past Josh Milam in his 7 on the inside. So put Elliott to the point. He'll grab a lap lead here when he crosses the line, but will Helton get it with a good move to the outside? Now help with Ober as Milam starts to put his nose back up into the mix, coming to the bumper of Elliott.
Travis Elliott in the 51 machine leading the charge for the moment. That inside lane right along the yellow line, and Elliott staying very straight here. And you can see these drivers as they work their way down the backstretch. Everyone staying nice and tight here. Not a lot of wiggling going on. Everyone trying to stay in the draft. The 52 machine, that is Randall Cobb. He is the first car 1 lap down, as he is desperately been fighting to get back on the lead lap. Right now, he is in that free pass position. He is in a battle with the 77 of David Booth. Those two running very close to each other, as one is on the inside, one is on the outside, and Booth now looking like he might take away that spot from the 52.
And just moments ago, while all that was going down, Cody Ober with a big push on the rear of Helton. Helton got a little bit out of shape, and that allowed the inside line to make up some ground. And Elliott pushed his way about to almost 2 cars out in front of the rest of the field. Field has since closed back into the distance. Now 3 cars on the outside. 52 of McCarrick trying to get one of his laps back. Or actually, he is on the lap. Wait a minute. Is that's actually Harrington, isn't it? No, Harrington's on the inside. KR, stop me. Stop me.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We can't all be awesome every time. Down the back stretch, the 82 of Dan Harrington. You can find his stream on Twitch at DemonTech82. If you check it out, tell him I sent you. But the 82 machine right now is, as the 51's gonna go around. Travis Elliott goes for a spin. Lone car. As he is going to, good night. That was the 23 of Brian Mansfield, who got pushed up into the wall. No caution, so Travis Elliott goes from the race lead all the way down to 19th spot. He's going to need some help here from a caution. That is going to give the lead to Logan Helton. And quite the chain of events right there.
Yes, it was. And look, oh, sorry for laughing. I was going to say indeed, but I didn't want to make you mad by saying indeed. But no, I've said
So
it
you
twice,
say it
so
twice.
why not a third time?
Yeah, let me stab you in your eyeball.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Rodney Cobb, look at him. We were just talking about him there towards the end. Actually, no, we were talking about Randall, weren't we? And Rob Connors. All these rookies, getting all these rookies mixed up here, KR, but one rookie that has been leading the field time in, time again, the 63 of Logan Hilton, still leading the inside lane right in front of Cody Ober. He's got Daniel Harrington right behind him, Hunter Reynolds. A lot of cars lined up on the inside lane, only about 5 on the outside. When will we see that 3 wide, or do you think we'll see it here, this bumpy old surface?
Yeah, 3 wide racing here at Daytona is, at least at the Daytona 2007 track, isn't something that we'll see until drivers really become desperate and really want to make something happen. Until then, it is a high risk, low reward situation because these cars do move around so much because of the bumps. I mean, just going into the corner, everyone really needs every bit of inch they can get. So the 52 machine, that is Randall Cobb. He is the first car 1 lap down now. He would love to get back on the lead lap, showing some speed here as he is able to lead this outside lane. The 44 machine, that is Rodney Cobb. He right now is being scored in 4th. He is the second car in the outside lane. And that being said, those two are working together. Randall Cobb, Rodney Cobb out of Buck Wild Racing Stable. That also includes the 35 of Doug Rice. So those 3 teammates all running nose to tail right there. Doug Rice is 1 lap down along with the 52 of Rodney Cobb. So if the 52 can get his nose in front of the 63 of Helton, and we get a caution, that would give the free pass to the 35 of Doug Rice, and that would put all of Buck Wild Racing back on the lead lap.
Yes, it would, but I'm watching that 44 of Rodney Cobb, and he's wiggling a lot of movement on entry with his Chevy ZL1 Camaro. So there you see again a little bit of a wiggle and back up towards that high line, getting a little shaky out there. Might lose a little bit of momentum in ground like that.
Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine, trying to be the 4th car in this outside lane, our first season champion. So Aspen Belvin knows how to win a championship, looking to win another one. We start season 4 here. This is race 3 of season 4, and Aspen right now in that outside lane. As you know, Aspen's no stranger to running that high line. You mentioned seeing 3 wide. It would not surprise me to see this 84 go 3 wide to try and win this thing.
I wouldn't really be surprised if any of these guys go 3 wide. There you see big movement by that 44 once again. That's starting KR. I'd be a little bit worried if I was a driver like Hunter Reynolds, Aspen Belvin, one of those drivers that are just behind, where you're not going to have any time if something happens, because we know it happens in a blink of an eye, snap of the fingers, if you will. And there's nothing you can do, nowhere you can go. So I believe some of these drivers going to start having their eyes a little bit wider as we're about halfway through green flag run here, 13 laps into it. So look for the green flag pit stops to start coming into play as well.
We have only been slowed for 4 cautions. 2 of them have been stage-ending cautions. 2 of them for incidences on the track. 24 lead changes in total. Logan Helton has led the most laps so far at 16 laps. At 63, continuing to lead. But for the moment, the 52, that is Randall Cobb putting the most pressure on him, but Cobb trying to get back on the lead lap.
Very interesting dynamic here at this point in the final stage of tonight's race, the Bumpy Road 250. If I'm not mistaken, we probably should have looked before I said it, huh, KR?
No, you're right.
That doesn't change the fact that we've got a little bit of different strategies, a little bit of different variables going on right now. Cars lap down, cars trying to stay on the lead lap. A crazy little section of the race that we find ourselves in.
Oh, heavy contact. We have got one upside down and around and over as we have a big stack up. Daniel Harrington up in smoke in the 82 machine. Rick Seabrand's involved, Anthony English involved. Believe the 10 of Robert Duvendak got a piece of that as well. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see where this goes wrong. The 35 of Doug Rice drifted up into the wall. Daniel Harrington going up and over in the 82 machine. Let's take another look at this one from the nose of Daniel Harrington. Hard contact with the wall sent him up and over. And a lot of drivers taking heavy damage on this one. So caution flag coming out. I expect to see everyone on pit road. 4 tires and fuel. Might see a few gamble on 2 tires, but most of these drivers are going to want 4, and that will put Randall Cobb in the 52 as our free pass driver, so he will end up on the lead lap.
Yeah, and that's still, and forgive me, it's the crew chief spotter in me that always keeps an eye on the fuel in the lap game, the lap count. 31 laps left to go here tonight, KR. Drivers will not be able to save enough, will not be able to get to the end. Even if we have 2 or 3 cautions, and you're not going to want to stay out for 2 or 3 cautions here at this old bumpy Daytona International Speedway. So pit strategies not out of the window quite yet, but that could go out the window if we get another caution.
So Logan Helton did gamble on 2 tires, so did Rob Connors in the 00. Otherwise, everyone else 4 tires. Several other drivers staying on pit road to work on their machines and get that damage hammered out. So that being said, Dan Harrington in the 82 did take a fast repair on his stop. He pulled down pit road while it was closed, but he did manage to get his car repaired and back out there before losing a lap. We'll see if Harrington does make his way once again onto pit road. The 77 of David Booth gonna make his pit stop this time, and Harrington in the 82, I believe he is going to end up at the tail end of this field, having to serve a penalty for coming down a closed pit. So we'll watch the 82 drop through the field here as everyone starts to line up here in the next few laps.
Yeah, and I think that's a good penalty if you could have one. I mean, you stay on the lead lap, you start at the rear of the field. Yeah, you might be behind some cars that are beat up, not wanting to burn that fast repair quite yet, but you also got enough time to slow up, possibly, before you end up in the wreck in front of you.
So with 30 laps to go in the scheduled distance here tonight, time to start thinking about winning this race. So I'm gonna pose the question to all of our fans in YouTube chat. Who do you think is gonna win this race? The 63 of Logan Helton, your race leader. He has led the most laps so far tonight at 20 laps and counting. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 machine, who is just involved in the incident that has brought out this most recent caution. He is led for 14 laps here tonight. And Mark Vega in the 1 machine, he has led for 12 laps. Mark Vega finds himself in 10th. Rick Seabrands finds himself in 18th. And the 63 of Logan Helton right now is leading this thing. So, with all of that being said, who is going to win this race here tonight, YouTube chat? Let us know who you think is going to win. Dave and I, of course, we have picked our favorites. And I believe Cody Eldredge is going to win this race, even though he is the race admin for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I know who I want to win, KR. I set it off air under a commercial break, so hopefully the broadcaster's curse that I seem to always throw on the driver I picked at this point in time in a race, maybe it won't hit him, but you never quite know. And as you know, restrictor plate racing, anybody can win it. It's anybody's game, right time, right place kind of thing. And while I'm looking over, it looks like KR, the YouTube chat, they're liking Helton up there at the front.
We do have a couple for the 63 machine. Will Weber saying Reynolds or Milam. So, yeah, the 63 has been looking solid. Good safe bet there, but that 8 machine of Cody Ober, the wily veteran, is going to restart on the outside here. Let's not count out some rookies in row number 2. That is the 44 and the 00. Rob Connors and Rodney Cobb. Lights are out on the pace car. Field is getting formed up, or something going on in the back of the pack. Everyone, though, getting back on the throttle. Green flag is out, and Logan with a good jump over Cody Ober. The 44, Rodney Cobb, trying to get to the back bumper of the 63, and he is going to give him a nice little shove as they head off into turn number 1, and right away the caution flag is going to come out. We have several cars sideways and in trouble here already, as that restart went wrong in a hurry. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened. The 52, after getting back on the lead lap of Randall Cobb, grabbed a gear and broke the tires loose. Oh no, it was the 7 of Josh Milam coming down into the 52. And that has sent several drivers spinning. Take one more look at this on the nose of the 7. So the veteran Josh Milam making a mistake here. Gonna catch out several drivers. But with this caution coming out, that's just gonna add more laps for the 63 that he is gonna lead here tonight. Very possibly setting himself up for leading the most laps.
Yeah, the 4 of Seabrans is the closest one to him, and Seabrans is, since he had that issue from the top 2 or 3 drivers, he's had trouble making his way back up through the field. Matter of fact, it looks like Seabrans is outside of the top 10 right now, KR. So it is showing that it is a little bit difficult to go to the back and make your way all the way back to the front.
Well, we say that, but Rick Seabrans restarted all the way in 18th, and he's already made his way up into 8th. But he is on pit road, so that is going to change a little bit. But I would not count out that 4 in any shape or form just yet. But with this caution coming out so soon, we do have several other drivers coming down pit road. The 95 of James Mayer, the 00, they have already made their pit stop. 2 tires and fuel for those drivers, along with Mark Mann in the 04 and Donald Stewart in the 78. And yeah, I think coming down pit road here, as we're going to have 26 laps to go, that is going to really be pushing it for making it the scheduled distance, but with some help from cautions, you could get it done. Now, that doesn't mean that you're setting yourself up for a green-white checkered, though.
No, it doesn't. But that's the strategy that I would find myself on. My crew chief would probably be screaming in my ear because I would come down pit road regardless to fill up right here, make sure I got enough for at least the scheduled distance. If we get one with about 15 laps to go, I'll think about pitting then. Otherwise, I would have pitted, and that would have been my planned last stop.
Well, I do want to thank everyone for chiming in on YouTube chat. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you give this broadcast a thumbs up. Not for me and Dave, we know we're terrible, but do it for the drivers. Helps them know that you appreciate the show that they are putting on for you here tonight. Logan Helton continuing to lead. He is at 25 laps and counting. 25 laps to go here in our scheduled race distance. I am trying to think. Like, this is really borderline. Coming down pit road, we're going to see a lot of drivers dip down pit road here as we get the 1 to go sign. And you could make it with, as we have said, some help from cautions. If you're easy on the throttle, if you try and save a little bit of fuel, which is very hard to do on a super speedway, but maybe somebody at the back of the pack would be able to save some fuel, not have to run as hard on the throttle to maintain their position, knowing that they're trying to make it on fuel, knowing that they would see everyone, drop off as they ran out of fuel. And here comes a whole pack of drivers, as I mentioned, as we're getting ready to get the 1 to go sign. Ooh, man, so many strategies coming out here. And this is why we run 100 laps. This is why we do what we do. There is some strategy involved in this.
Absolutely. Your top 3 staying out since the caution came out. First car behind those top 3, the 00, Rob Connors. He is he's on at least 2 tires or full tank of gas, at least, as his stop was only about 5.5 seconds. I believe he only filled the tank After that, you're going to get some fresh tires in 5th position with the 50 of Sean McCarrick. So 3 distinct different strategies up here at the front. Which one's the best? Well, neither of us are smart enough nor get paid enough or will ever be smart enough to make those calls.
Cody Ober in the 8 machine, Logan Helton in the 63. They're going to try this restart again on their same positions. Helton on the inside, Ober on the outside. Row number 2 for this restart, we'll see the 62 of Les Levy and the 00 of Rob Connors, our stage 2 winner. The 23, that is Brian Mansfield. He finds himself 4 laps down, but because everyone dipping down for a little top off of fuel, they are all going to restart behind the 23 machine. But we get ready to go. Green flag racing once again. Green flag is out. Logan with another restart there that shoots him out towards the lead. The 62 of Les Levy trying to close up on him. Meanwhile, Cody Ober in the 8, Rob Connors in the 00. They're getting hooked up on that high side, and they're going to try and take the lead away down the backstretch.
And getting off to such a good start, not always the thing to do at a restrictor plate, because we've all seen it happen time in and time out over and over again. That accordion effect that seems to take place. There you've seen it taking effect, and now coming back on the inside lane is that 63 of Logan Helton. So I believe he will lead the first. No, now Cody Ober surging late to the line. Going to be close. I believe Ober is going to take that first lap.
Yeah, Cody Ober leading his first lap of the race, but he is not able to clear the 63 by the time they hit the corner, so he is not able to drop down and get to the inside lane. That is the preferred line for a lot of these drivers. And now Ober does have the 63 cleared, and he is going to drift down in front of the 63. That leaves Rob Connors in the 00 on the high side here. But Connors had nobody working with him. He is going to start to drop back a little bit, and he will drop back till he gets to the 82 of Dan Harrington. And Harrington is 1 lap down here. Can the 62 of Les Levy close the gap here to the 63's back bumper? Maybe make a move up to the high side and make a run for the race lead.
It's going to take a lot of cars and a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Organization, there you go, for that outside lane to come back as 3 now. Make it 4 cars are in front of that outside lane as Cody Ober is just getting pushed like crazy down the backstretch by that 63. Actually gained a little bit of ground over the 62 of Les Levy. Now looking to the outside. Going to duck back down in behind Ober, but will he jump back out on the front stretch?
The 10 of Robert Duvendak making some noise in the outside lane. We haven't talked about Duvendak a whole lot here tonight, but here he is coming up with 20 laps to go. Started 21st spot and finding himself right now into 4th place, leading the charge on that outside lane. Les Levy in the 62. He is going to make a break for the outside, and he is looking to try and put his name in the books as a lap leader. However, the 10 of Duvendak going to abandon the 62, and now the 63 is making a move to the outside.
That was a big moment, big time move by the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Burton through the middle, down to the inside. Looked like Helton thought the 10 would stay out there and roll with him, but no, 10 down on the inside lane, pushing the 8 of Cody Ober now, and he is well in clear. Sean McCarrick in the 50 actually going to clear Helton as well. Helton fighting back with a good draft off of turn 2. Something happened to McCarrick.
Yeah, McCarrick had gone through a little bit of a blink there. I think he dropped down to the inside to avoid any unfortunates because of blinking, but the 8 of Cody Ober out front. Duvendak in the 10 in second place. Logan Helton in the 63, sitting in third now as Ober's coming around to lead his 5th lap of the race.
And it looks like Helton, he's wanting to go. He's wanting to get back to the front, testing the waters, looking outside every now and again, and that's going to allow the 62 of Les Levy to catch a little bit out of the draft and slingshot around some of these drivers. He's going to make his way up to the rear bumper of the 63. We'll start battling again for the lead here shortly.
So Cody Ober protecting that inside lane. He's got the 10 of Robert Duvendak right behind him. Meanwhile, the outside lane, that is the 63 of Logan Helton and the 62 of Les Levy. Teammates for Checkered Flag Motorsports starting to work together, starting to get hooked up and try and make some noise in the outside lane. Meanwhile, the 00 of Rob Connors, our stage 2 winner, staying right there, served his penalty for speeding after winning stage number 2, has recovered from that mistake, and now finds himself inside the top 5.
And did you see that run down the backstretch? Those 2 cars got on that outside lane. They were 3-4 cars back, were able to actually come around, and Hilton's gonna lead that lap. So less than a half a lap, those drivers went from about 4th and 6th all the way up to 1st and 3rd.
Logan just a handful of laps away from leading the most laps. If he can lead a couple more, he will lock that down. But for the moment, he finds himself in 3rd place, but leading the charge on the outside lane. Cody Ober in the 8, looking for his first win in a while. And I'll tell you, that 8 machine is hungry for a race win. He is going to be someone that is going to be very hard to pass as our leaders work their way through some lap traffic here. That is the 44 of Rodney Cobb, who is running so strong, but things have not gone his way here at the end of this race, and now he finds himself 1 lap down.
While they were working through that lap traffic, that broke up that duo on the outside. Hilton slots in 3rd. Looks like Levy's gonna slot in about the 5th position. It looks like he is the 6th car back in 5th position. Not sure how that's working, but yeah, we'll just keep on rolling with it.
Cody Ober, your race leader. All the drivers getting single file here. Cody Ober cannot make it on fuel from here. He is going to have to pit in about 5 to 6 laps. If we do not get another caution, that will be a green flag pit stop. Robert Duvendak in the 10 machine, sitting in 2nd place. He has 7 more laps on his fuel tank than the 8 does. That is still going to be a stretch for the 10 machine to make it from here on out. Logan Helton sitting in 3rd is also on the same strategy as the 8 of Cody Ober. So these drivers just a handful of laps away from making green flag pit stops. Helton going to make a move to the outside here. No one going with him, so he's going to tuck back down through the tri-oval. And Dave, we see this time and time again. These drivers will get single file in preparation for green flag pit stops. It is just a handful of laps away. I think it's still a little early for what is in store to be single file here, but yeah, I don't know what to think of this.
I don't know what to make of it myself, but I do know that the drivers that are going to need a caution, it's not looking like it's going to fly with, as you said, these drivers all packed up, all single file on the bottom lane. Most of the drivers that cannot make it, absolutely cannot make it, are in that first little pack. You go back just a couple tenths of a second and you'll find the one of Mark Vega leading Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Travis Elliott. All of those drivers should be free and clear to make it to the end. So looks like the caution these drivers need may not fly here late in the race.
The 52 of Randall Cobb, who spent a lot of this race one lap down after getting back on the lead lap, finds himself running in 8th place. So taking full advantage of that free pass. And the caution flag is going to come out. Mark Mann in the 04 getting caught up in this one, along with the 51 of Travis Elliott. And let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened to these drivers. So Elliott's going to tag the 04, and the 04 can't quite save it. Elliott giving that 04 machine of Mark Mann a slight bump coming up off the corner. And both drivers going around. No other contact though. Spinning right in front of a few drivers, everyone was able to split their way around them. And that is going to be the caution that these guys needed.
Yeah, right when I was trying to kind of talk it up, wasn't meaning to talk up a caution. Everything looked pretty calm, and everybody looked smooth, and there it is. There it flies. These drivers desperately needed it. But KR, that's going to do a little bit of something to the rest of the field. 11 laps to go, 10 when we cross the line this time by. Going to have probably, I would say, right at about 6 or 7 laps to go when we get that green flag racing. So intensity level going to skyrocket. There will be all take, no give. And you know what they say, cautions do breed cautions. So business about to pick up.
The 82 of Dan Harrington receiving the free pass. He is going to get back on the lead lap. Robert Duvendak not coming down pit road. Neither does Rob Connors, James Mayer, Randall Cobb, Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, and Aspen Belvin in the 84, all staying out. Logan Helton in the 63, the first one off of pit road. So he is going to have enough fuel to make it to the end of this thing. A 2-tire stop for the 63 machine. He will rejoin this race, scored in 8th place. Les Levy, his teammate, scored in 9th, and Cody Ober in the 8 machine came down pit road as the race leader, but overshot his pit stall, is going to come off in 10th. And Donald Stewart in the 78 will be 11th. So quite the storyline here for these final few laps here at OP Racing.
Well, KR, I've mentioned it many times over the many races that I've been blessed with to be in the booth with such a unique face. We'll leave it at that. These drivers in these races tend to give us something new week in and week out. And here we go again. We not quite a green-white checker, gonna have 5 or 6 laps left to go, but will we see a green-white checkered? Will we only see one? So don't think you've seen it all, because we've seen a lot and we still haven't seen it all.
No, it is setting itself up for a wild finish here tonight. Keep in mind we will have a green-white checkered attempt. That green-white checkered attempt is not something that Duvendak is going to want to see as our race leader. Hopefully he's got enough fuel to cover that. But man, I'll tell you, some of the drivers that are a little further in the pack that have just come down pit road, they are going to want to see that yellow. They are going to want to see that green-white checkered attempt, because that does mean that burns off a little bit more fuel, puts it just that much closer for the drivers that are making the gamble here that they have enough fuel for the end.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've seen it happen before. We've seen drivers trying to play that fuel strategy and run out coming out of 4. We've seen them blow up coming out of 4. So anything can happen, and anything will happen here at Daytona International Speedway.
All right, everyone, catch your breath. 8 laps to go. Gonna get the green flag with 7 to go. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Driver's gonna start forming up. Duvendak in the 10 machine, selecting the inside lane. The 00 of Rob Connor's gonna restart on the outside. Row number 2, that is gonna be the 95 of James Mayer and the 52 of Randall Cobb. An impressive run by Randall Cobb. After getting his lap back, he has shown that he has speed in that machine. He was battling with the race leaders 1 lap down. Now that he's back on the lead lap, he has made it all the way to the front. And when we get the green flag with 7 to go, that 52 looking very stout right now.
And you said you can never count them out. Where's that 4 running right now, KR?
Rick Seabrand's in the 4 inside the top 5. Well, he's actually going to restart in the 3rd row outside lane.
Never ceases to amaze me. The Richard Petty of OP Racing always finds himself back up near the front come late in these races, and gonna be one hell of a charge to the finish here.
Lights are out on the pace car. Duvendak in the 10. Rob Connors in the 00. Both drivers getting on the throttle, and away we go. 7 laps to go in this one for our scheduled distance. Keep in mind, we will have a green-white checkered attempt if necessary. But Duvendak in the 10. The 95 of James Mayer working that inside lane. Rob Connors in the 00. Randall Cobb right behind him in the 52. Down the backstretch. Here we go, folks. These drivers laying it all out there now. They know what is at stake. A shot at the playoffs hanging in the balance, and it is only race number 3 of 21, and Duvendak off at turn number 4, holding on to that race lead.
Things picking up already coming around the 8. Only 6 laps and cautions out on the track.
The 51 of Travis Elliott has gone up in smoke. And we go to our turn 3 instant replay to see what happened. The 77 of David Booth getting into the outside wall. He is going to smack into the 51. And the trash man himself, Sanitation Sally, up in smoke.
Hey, see, it does have a nice ring.
Let's take one more look at this. From the blimp, the 77 machine of David Booth. Gonna drift into the wall, tags the 51. 44 able to escape of Rodney Cobb. That being said, that is the caution that Duvendak needed to help him on his fuel mileage as everyone slows down and waits for the pace car to catch up to him. Oh my goodness. 5 laps to go in the scheduled distance this time around. And the Bumpy Road 250 living up to its name, as I believe the bumps through that high side caught out the 77 of David Booth, which knocked him into the 51. Elliott had to burn a fast repair. One fast repair is available for these drivers, but Elliott, taking that fast repair, has rejoined the race. Oh, Dave, better practice your breathing, cause I'll tell you, this ain't over yet, and I think we're in store for an outstanding finish.
Not over yet at all. 5 laps left to go. I'm not sure if we're gonna have an official green-white checkered, or if it will be a 2-lap shootout. Always a little funny when the caution flies right there around the 6 or 7 lap to go mark. So we may treat ourselves to 2 green-white checkers. Although some of these drivers, such as Logan Helton, he's not going to want to see another caution fly. He's got to make his way around 7 other drivers, and there are some big names in front of him. James Mayer, Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, Aspen Belvin. So a lot of good guys up front. Don't forget about your race leader, Robert Duvendak. He's going to have to try to get by him if he wants to win today's race. So Hilton has his hands full.
Oh, yeah, it's hands full. That's what this track is. It is one of the best super speedways because you have really got to have your hands on the wheel, elbows up style of racing. Not only are you racing your fellow competitors, but you've got to race this track as well. You cannot for a minute think that you can get away with not paying attention to where you're running, what is going on around you, and keep in mind these bumps at all times, because this track, it is my favorite super speedway.
And there is definitely something wrong with UKR. I can't stand this particular layout, this track configuration, the old surface. I don't like being the driver on it, if that makes sense. I don't really like having to be forced to feel like I'm driving a boat up and down through the corners, and if the bumps aren't timed correctly from behind you, when you hit some of those bumps in the corners, it's going to spell disaster. Through the tri-oval is very, very iffy on the bump drafting as well. So you can give me the new surface, the smooth surface here at Daytona over Talladega any day. I like the closer quarters racing, but we're going to have to get you to a doctor, get you an MRI, a CAT scan, and any other scan we can if this is your favorite plate track. I'm going to disagree.
That's all right. I never pegged you as a driver anyways. Nothing? No?
No, I'm no.
Dang, all right. 3 laps to go. We're gonna have 2 laps to go when we take the green flag. I do not believe this will count as an official green-white checkered attempt. It will be a regularly scheduled green-white checkered attempt. The 10 of Duvendak on the inside lane. On his outside, the 00 of Rob Connors. Randall Cobb in the 52, James Mayer in the 95, gonna make up row number 2. Row 3, the 40 of Anthony English and the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Any one of these drivers on the lead lap is capable of winning this race. Lights are out on the pace car. We get ready to go green flag once again. Field formed up, pace car down and away. Green flag is out. And the 00 of Rob Connors getting an excellent jump on the start there. The 10 of Duvendak gonna have to try and close the gap on that inside lane. And now Duvendak quickly closes in as the 00 gonna start losing some ground. He has moved up along the wall and quickly falling back. The 95 of James Mayer, he's gonna make a move to the outside. Will the 40 of Anthony English go with him? No, Anthony's gonna choose to the inside. He's gonna close up on the 10. Working their way through 3 and 4.
You know, I'm not quite sure what happened to that 00. Looked like he may have jumped the start a little bit, but I don't know why he would fall back so far. And oh, he's gonna get a black flag. He got a penalty for jumping the start, I believe it was.
Final
rail goes over.
Final lap, we're gonna stay green. Chase Berry getting into the wall as well. But Duvendak continuing to lead. Anthony English in the 40, trying to get to his back bumper. They hook up. Meanwhile, the 52 and the 95 making a run down the backstretch. James Mayer in the 95 has cleared the 10, but he is going to stay to that middle lane. Logan Helton trying to make it 3 wide in the 63. No one going with him, and they are working their way off of turn 1. Checkered flag in the hands of the flagman. Down through the tri-oval. Anthony English going to get sideways, and at the line it is going to be Duvendak.
And we've got drivers flipping down the front stretch. KR, what a finish to the line.
A wild finish to the line. And it started coming off at turn number 4. Anthony English with a big wiggle. The 84 of Aspen Belvin trying to push his way to the front. Into the trial, but the 40 got loose again. And a wild finish here at OP Racing. You see everyone going for a spin, but Duvendak comes home your race winner. James Mayer second, third will go to the 84 of Aspen Belvin. As Robert Duvendak in the 10 lights the tires up in celebration. Guys, we're gonna step away from the mics and set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to our podium finishing drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have caught up with our podium finishing drivers. We're going to kick off our post-race show with our race winner. That is the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak. Robert, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thanks a lot. I'm glad you're here for this one.
That 10 machine got out front and never looked back. Tell us a little bit about what it took for you here tonight in that final 50-lap stage.
It took what it does every week. Us as a team alliance working together, playing the strategies right, and doing what we got to do to get up to the front and stay up there.
Now, the 10 has had a quiet season so far. Last season, you waited a little too late before you picked up the win. But here you are, race number 3, got that win in hand, and now you have set yourself up for playoff contention. What can we expect out of the 10 for the rest of the regular season?
Well, this is actually win number 2 on the season. I won the first race, and then Rick came out last week, got Alliance our second win, and then I came back and got us our 3rd win to start the year. So our goal at that point is just to work with our teammates and try to lock in the other 3. And I really thought Jim was going to get me there on the outside. I didn't want to just hand him the win and wanted to race him for it. But it was nice to see him get a good finish tonight. He's had a little bad luck over the last first 2 weeks of the season. So I think we got him a lot of points tonight to help him get back up there in points with us.
And you are right. You did pick up that first win. Somebody wasn't here for that and forgot. I won't name names.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't get to hear your voice.
But you got the win here tonight. That's 2 on the season for you. And man, that 10 machine was looking clean until a little celebratory headbutt there.
You gotta love Mark Mann, timing that one perfect for the camera.
So, all right, Robert, any thank you shout outs you'd like to give?
Absolutely. I gotta thank the guys at Alliance Motorsports. We're on a roll this season in all 3 series. We're just working so well together right now that we've become unstoppable, it seems like. And I just hope we can continue that streak on into the rest of the season. Thank you for giving us that beautiful voice on a weekly basis and broadcasting these races for us. I want to thank my wife for allowing me the time every Monday night to come out here and race with these guys while she takes care of all the kids so I can freeze my butt off out in his garage to do this. And everyone at OP Super Speedway Racing, Alex, Cody, and Robert for everything that they do for us.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Nice job out there tonight.
Thank you, and you guys have a great night tonight.
That was Robert Duvendak, your race winner. Now let's move on to our 2nd place finisher. That is none other than the 95 machine, and that is Mr. Mayer. How you doing out there tonight? Jimmy Mayer, James Mayer, whatever they call you.
I'm doing well. Much better this week than previous weeks.
Well, the 95 had a solid night underneath you. You qualified well. You were a contender at the front of the field all night long, and you were able to bring it home in 2nd place. Tell us what you were seeing out there and what it took for you to have this solid run.
Well, it was kind of a bumpy ride tonight, I guess you could say that. Wanted to keep the car clean, stay up front, and try to maximize points tonight, and we did pretty good at that. Got involved in one little incident, but lucky enough to have a good pit crew to fix this car back up and keep it clean for the rest of the race.
Well, Alliance Motorsports coming home, with some outstanding finishes here in the opening stages. And that 95 machine, week in, week out, was a contender last season. I mentioned that you're someone on my radar for championship contention. What is it going to take for you to make sure that happens?
We'll just have to have more nights like this. It's a strong field of competition. I expected a high line to come there. You can never forget about Chase and Travis and those guys coming from the back, Aspen. They're going to come strong every week, so it's just got to keep coming out and having strong. And I got the best teammates in the world to keep us up front and make it happen. So more weeks like this.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you need to give?
Of course, to my teammates at Alliance Motorsports, the guys at the shop that put this Alliance Motorsports Chevy on the track every week. You guys up in the booth put on an awesome broadcast, and of course, all the guys at OP to put this together and make it happen.
All right, that is James Mayer, driver of the 95 machine, bringing it home in second place. Thank you very much, James, for sticking around for the interview.
Yep, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
And now it is time to talk to our third place finisher, and that is the stud himself, the man who needs no introduction. That is Mr. Aspen Belvin. How you doing tonight, Aspen?
Doing all right, man. Just got me a beer. How about yourself, KR? You got you one?
I've got like 6.
Oh yeah.
But Aspen, man, I feel like it has been forever since I got to talk to you. This 84 machine putting it on the podium here tonight. The inaugural season champion, season 1 for OP Racing. Aspen, tell us a little bit about your race here tonight.
Oh, it was a little hectic, man. I mean, just trying to calm down, run with Travis there a little bit, trying to get a nice run going. We had a couple plans of trying to go 3 wide to get to the front, but it was just too much for a couple of cars to handle and people swerving left and right. So we decided to play the consistent game, go to play the fuel mileage, and it worked out for us there with a couple of cautions at the late run.
Well, the 84 starting this season off well, but what do you think it's going to take to get into the championship here and, win your second championship?
Honestly, it looks like we're going to have to start being a little bit more aggressive, get up front, not be afraid to move cars around a little bit here and there. These cars are super hard to pass, especially at tracks like Daytona, where you want to take it 3 wide, but you can't necessarily take it 3 wide. It's just that you can't create space between these cars, so we're going to have to come up with a little different strategy for some of these tracks, unlike Talladega. But we're going to put it to it and see what we can do for the rest of the season.
All right, man. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shout out to y'all up in the booth. Thanks to y'all for doing this every week, man. We have a blast every Monday. And also Alex and everybody putting this on, hosting this league again for the 4th season. I mean, this has been an absolute blast. And obviously to my teammate Travis and everybody out here in OP.
All right, Aspen, thank you very much for sticking around, man. I appreciate your time, and nice job finishing 3rd here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it, fellas. Y'all take care.
Aspen Belvin bringing it home in 3rd place. And guys, that is gonna wrap it up for us here at OP Racing Super Speedway Series, as they did the 4th annual Bumpy Road 250. Nothing left but our race results. Your race winner is the 10 of Robert Duvendak. James Mayer finishing in 2nd. Aspen Belvin crossing the line in 3rd place, with Randall Cobb in 4th. 5th place going to the 40 of Anthony English. 6th going to Rick Seabrand, 78. Donald Stewart, Les Levy finishing in 8th place. 9th going to Logan Helton, who did lead the most laps here tonight at 28 laps in total. 10th will be Sean McCarrick. Travis Elliott finishing in 51st. The 26 machine of Hunter Reynolds finishing in 12th. 13th going to the 04 of Mark Mann. Mark Vega in his 100th start finishing in 14th place. 15th, the 82 of Dan Harrington. 16th going to Rodney Cobb. 17th will be the 8 machine of Cody Ober. Rob Connors in the 00 finishing 18th spot. Chase Berry finishing in 19th. 20th going to the 77 of David Booth. 21st spot in 23 machine, that is Brian Mansfield. Josh Milam finishing in 22nd. 23rd going to Doug Rice. And a did not start for the 91 of Ernie Williams. And as always, huge shout out and thank you to our race admin here tonight. That is Cody Eldred. Cody, we appreciate your time spent giving us wonderful race control administration here tonight. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. I enjoyed talking racing with all y'all, and I look forward to seeing you next week as we return to Talladega for race number 4. And until then, y'all have a good night, and I will see you then.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.